why don't you start by introducing yourself and saying your role and previous role here at Realnet?
Okay, I'm Ken Sewell. I was the founder of Realnet, and I used to manage the business, but I've stepped back in recent years and handed the reins over to Kari, who runs the business now.
Cool. Okay, great. So how and when did you start Realnet?
It was founded in 1998, and basically I just bought it from a company.
Mm-hmm. Was it a challenge?
Company formation, basically.
Okay. Was it challenging?
No, not to do that. No, it's a straightforward thing. You can buy a company online in minutes, really.
Okay. Would you say that Realnet has been successful?
Yes, I think so. Yes. Yeah.
What exactly did you do for this company to be successful?
Well, I think the thing is the internet was growing at the time. It was an expanding market. There weren't many web design companies around, and there was an opportunity there. And I'd had experience of working with computers for many years, so I thought that was a good opportunity.
Cool. Now we've got all that background information. Can you tell me exactly what Realnet does?
Well, there's several different aspects to the digital marketing. So there's website design, search engine optimization, social media, and digital marketing.
Cool. Do you have any examples of companies that you have worked with when you were working here?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Has Realnet had to change much since it started, like to fit the times?
I think it's evolved to go with the change in the technology, basically. It's changing all the time.
Okay. How has it changed? Like roughly?
Well, there are more. I mean, social media didn't exist when we first started up, search engine optimization, I don't think was a factor back then either. Really, you didn't have the Googles and whatever didn't exist back then. So.
Okay, so have you had to kind of use different materials and whatever to?
Well, the company's had to evolve to use different technologies and so on. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you've been doing well as a business. So what advice would you give to people starting their own business?
I think first of all is pick a field where there's promise of future growth, and then pay attention to costs. Don't overspend.
Okay. As a final question, are you proud of the company you and your team have built here at Realnet?
Yes, I think they've done very well.
Good. Great to hear. Well, thank you for your time of today. Appreciate you being here.
Okay, righto.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hello.
Hello.
Why don't you start by introducing yourself and saying your role and previous role here at Realnet?
Yes, I'm Kari Sewell, Managing Director and owner of Realnet. As I started off, I've done lots of different roles actually at Realnet, starting from just doing data inputting through to sort of building websites and then database systems and project management, and then eventually Managing Director to run the business.
What's Managing Director?
It's up to me really to make the important decisions that no one else can make.
Oh.
It's to set the general direction of the company and sort out when there's issues and things and make sure the processes and systems are in place to help everyone do their job properly.
Okay, great. So how and when did you start working at Realnet?
Yeah, so back I think it was 2002 I started, so I wanted to set up my own company, but I hadn't quite decided in what yet. I just finished university, and then I found this role here just doing a bit of data inputting because they were currently outsourcing the work to somewhere in Eastbourne, and I said, well, I can do that for a bit whilst I work out what I want to do. Okay. And it was putting news on a website every day for a news website, and then I thought this was getting a bit daft to do it so manually, so I then built a database system so all the news went into that in future, so that the pages then built themselves once you put the news in them.
Oh, cool.
And it sort of built up from there really.
Was it a challenge working here? Or currently working here?
It's always been a good challenge. Yeah, it's an industry that changes quite a lot. So it started off quite boring, just copying and pasting news, but then when I decided to database it up, there was a challenge to learn how to build a little news system in the database system we had at the time. And then I think I manually copied over something like 15,000 news articles one by one into the database. But then that's still the the database system's been replaced, but the original news is all still there online that I put in 20 years ago.
Oh. Would you say Realnet's been successful?
Yes. Well, I think it's 25 years old last year in October. Realnet was so. Given that something like 10% of all businesses fail every year, and something like a third or a half of businesses fail in their first year, that's a good start to have lasted that long. But yeah, we've done some good things. We've helped some really good people with their careers. We've helped companies with their do better online and create them online business rather. Yeah, and we've had quite a lot of fun on the way, sort of improving bits and pieces as we go along and learning new things. So
Nice.
I think generally speaking it's built up into a sensible sized company that's stable and able to sort of invest and move forward with the times.
What exactly did you have to do to make this company, like basically what it was, successful and whatever?
Big part of what I like to do is putting in place the right systems and processes and tools so that we can do the work in a reliable way and as efficiently as possible, so the customer gets a really good sort of value service at the end of it all, which is helping them do better online and helping us sort of manage the system and processes by just make sure we do the same thing in a high quality way each time.
Okay. So now we have all that background information. Can you tell me exactly what Realnet does?
Realnet does three main things. One, it creates and designs and builds new websites for companies, particularly ones that want to get more inquiries and sales online. And that's a big chunk of the business, building new websites, and all the time, I think at the moment we've got 10 projects on the go of new website builds that we're doing, and it's usually around about that sort of number. The second arm of the business is really the digital marketing. So once the website is built, it's not a question of here's your website, come and see us in 3 to 5 years when you need the next one. It's about then every month improving the website, getting it better found in search engines or doing Google Ads campaigns, and then converting more of the visitors to the website to an inquiry or a sale. So all the time looking at those stats, how can we make more people actually place an inquiry, and how can we get more people to the website in the first place? So that's the second major chunk, and the other one is just support. So some people don't need the ongoing digital marketing, but we're there to support them. Every month, whenever they want to make an update, they can send us a note and say, please can you change this on our website. We're there to support them and host it and to make sure the website works reliably and stays secure and loads quickly. So all those little bits of the support that we can offer.
Okay. Do you have any examples of companies you have worked with?
Yeah, there's three good ones, particularly that I can mention. One of them is Leisure Tech. They're a lighting and audio equipment distribution company, and they came to us. They didn't sell anything online, but they had a good internal database system which managed all their products and sales. And what they wanted to do was move that online so that people could actually place orders online. And over the years, I think it must be about 15 years we've been working with them. And they've gone from selling nothing online to selling millions of pounds every year through their website. And we've evolved every few years. We do a big set of updates, and even now we've just launched a smaller set of updates to help them along with that process. So that's been good fun to work with. Another one is a flower bulb company, GT Flower Bulbs. They came to us when the son was getting involved in the business, and they realised they needed to move their business online as well. So we helped them do that, and that's gone from being a very, very small part of their business to now being a big chunk of their business is done online. And we've helped us with that family business continue to grow and do well.
Yeah, that's good. Has Realnet had to change much since it started, like to fit the times and stuff?
Yes, so started off just building fairly simple websites, and then I think search engine optimization for Google became quite a big thing. So you wanted to type something into Google and find a website. We did quite a bit of, Tony, who was the managing director when I first joined, did a lot of research work on how to make websites found in Google, and he then started applying that to the websites we were building. And things like we had #1 ranking for used VW cars in the UK at one point, before VW themselves got their act together, and things like Auto Trader came about. So that was a lot of the early focus. And then because we brought in developers, so programmers, we then were able to do more bespoke, unique things that at the time was more difficult to do on the web. So the company developed that side of things, so we could do these unusual websites and put in online sort of special systems like that, the integrations into other people's systems and things like that. So that was a big focus of the company. And then overall digital marketing, so not just search engine optimization, but the overall process of getting more people to the website using a few different means and converting more of them through to inquiries and sales was the next big development in the company, and grew that part of the business to where it is now. And then more recently we made a switch over to using WordPress and WooCommerce as our primary platform, because of the flexibility it offers, and and that's been really good for our customers. It's given them what they want in a sensible sort of time frame and sensible price structure. So that's been the latest big development in the company, and moving over to there. So we're doing some really quite complex online shops using WordPress and WooCommerce.
So you've obviously been doing relatively well as a business, so what advice would you give to people trying to start their own business or run one?
Yeah, it's quite a long slog.
Oh.
It's get the right systems and processes and tools in place is a good thing to do, especially if you're intent on growing the business past just yourself.
Okay.
If you just want to be you as yourself, then you need much more simple systems and things in place. But if you're intending to grow the business, and getting those building blocks in place will help you grow without sort of just adding cost, without the extra revenue that comes with it. If you do end up hiring people, hire the best people you can. The better the quality of person you can get hold of, the more likely they are to be able to assist you in helping grow the business and keep customers happy. Cool. And keep that focus on what the customer wants. You can produce brilliant stuff, but if it's not something the customer actually wants, or doesn't want to pay that much for, then it's going to be a struggle for you to get it out there and help and do well as a business.
Cool. And as a final question, are you proud of the company you and your team have built here at Realnet?
Yes, it's been good fun to work with the team here. We've got a solid business, over 25 years now. We've seen some great people come through as well and launch some people's careers. We've worked with some companies that's helped launch them online, so they're now really successful online companies. And I think looking forward, there's lots of exciting things still to come as well. There's plenty of room for growth in this industry, and it changes every 3 to 5 years. There's fairly major changes, so there's plenty of interesting stuff coming up to keep us going forward and being even more proud of the company in the future.
Cool. Right. It's all good to hear. Thank you for taking time out of your day.
Welcome.